Hello, my amazing students, and welcome back to Daily English. Today, we are going to explore two of the most important tenses in English, the past simple and the present perfect. But instead of just giving you rules, I will take you on a journey through my own life stories. You'll hear how I use these tenses naturally, and by the end, you'll not only understand the difference, you'll feel it. So grab your notebook, relax, and let's begin this exciting lesson. Remember, if you want to improve faster, try shadowing my voice, repeat after me, copy my rhythm, and let the language flow into your memory. I started working when I was quite young. My very first job was in a small coffee shop close to my school. I cleaned tables, made simple drinks, and spoke with customers. It lasted only 6 months, but it taught me so much about responsibility and hard work. When I graduated from university, I wanted something more serious. I went to several interviews and finally got my first teaching job at a language center. In the beginning, I was very nervous. My first lesson was terrible. I forgot half my plan, and the students looked so confused. But I didn't give up. Slowly, I grew more confident and realized that teaching was something I truly loved. Over the next few years, I worked in 3 different schools. I moved to a bigger city, met students from many different countries, and taught children, teenagers, and adults. I organized speaking clubs, created new lesson plans, and even designed my own teaching materials. Every class gave me new insights, not only about English, but about people, culture, and communication. Through these experiences, I have learned so much from my students. They have shared their dreams, their struggles, and their traditions with me. Teaching has shaped me into a better teacher and, even more importantly, a better person. I have watched shy learners become confident speakers. I have read countless messages from students saying English has changed their lives. Each of those messages has filled me with joy and gratitude. Travel has always been one of the greatest teachers in my life. My first big trip abroad was to France when I was 19. I went with a school friend and we stayed in a small, cheap hotel in Paris. We walked along the Seine River, visited famous museums, and explored hidden streets. That journey opened my eyes to the beauty of travel. 2 years later, I spent 3 weeks in Spain. I lived with a host family, studied Spanish, and joined in their daily life. They showed me how to cook traditional food, took me to local festivals, and introduced me to their friends. I danced, laughed, and learned so much. In 2015, I traveled to Japan for almost a month. I visited temples, walked through peaceful gardens, and even climbed Mount Fuji. It was difficult, but standing at the top made me feel proud of myself. Since then, I have traveled to more than 30 countries. I have stood under the northern lights in Iceland. I have watched the sunrise in the desert. I have eaten street food in Thailand and sailed on small boats in Greece.
I have met strangers who welcomed me into their homes, and I have made friends I still talk to today. From each journey, I have learned something new: patience, gratitude, and the ability to enjoy life's small moments. Travel has given me lessons that no classroom could ever teach. Still, there are many places I haven't visited. I haven't been to South Africa yet, and I haven't explored South America fully. Those adventures are still waiting for me. Let's pause for a moment and review. Past simple describes actions that happened in the past at a specific time. Examples: I visited Japan in 2015. I worked in London for 5 years. I ran a race last year. Present perfect connects the past to the present. We use it for experiences, actions that continue until now, or actions with a present result. Examples: I have visited Japan many times. I have worked as a teacher for 15 years. I have run many races. The past simple is finished. The present perfect is still connected to now. Now, let's practice together. Repeat after me. I visited Spain last summer. I have visited Spain many times. I started my job in 2020. I have worked here for 5 years. I ate sushi in Japan. I have eaten sushi before. Excellent. The more you practice, the more natural this will feel.
When I was younger, I didn't think much about health. I ate a lot of fast food, drank too many sugary sodas, and stayed up late playing video games. I was always tired, but never changed my habits. At 25, I decided to make a change. I joined a gym and started running. At first, I could barely run 2 kilometers, but slowly I improved. After 3 months, I finished my first 5-kilometer race. That finish line was one of the proudest moments of my life. I also changed the way I ate. I stopped eating junk food every day and started cooking at home. Fresh vegetables, fruits, and simple meals gave me new energy. Since then, I have built healthy habits that continue today. I have run many races, including a half marathon. I have gone to the gym regularly for years. I have explored activities like swimming, yoga, and hiking. I have also cared for my mind. I have meditated almost every morning for the past 5 years. I have spent time in nature, enjoyed quiet mornings without technology, and found peace in simple routines. Of course, I haven't been perfect. There were weeks when I skipped exercise and days when I ate too much junk food. But I have learned that small, consistent habits can completely change your life. My love for music began when I was 16. My uncle gave me an old guitar and I practiced every night after school. At first, my fingers hurt, but I didn't give up. After a year, I could play simple songs and felt so proud. In university, I joined a small band. We played at student events and local cafes. It was fun, creative, and full of energy. Later, life got busy, and I stopped playing for a while. But recently, I have returned to music. I have written new songs and performed at small events. Playing the guitar brings me peace and reminds me of my passion. I also discovered cooking during a trip to Italy. In Rome, I joined a pasta making class. Since then, I have cooked hundreds of meals and shared them with friends. Cooking has become one of my favorite hobbies. Over the years, I have also tried painting, photography, and reading books about history and philosophy. Some hobbies stayed with me, others faded away. I tried learning the violin but gave up after a few months. I joined a dance class but felt too shy to continue. Even so, each experience taught me something valuable.
So, my friends, this has been a journey through my work, travels, health, and hobbies, all told using past simple and present perfect. I have lived many different experiences. I have made mistakes and learned from them. I have met wonderful people, traveled across the world, and discovered passions that continue to shape my life. Now it's your turn. Think about your own story. What did you do in the past? What have you done in your life so far? Try to tell your own story in English. The more you practice, the more the language will truly belong to you. Thank you for joining me today, my amazing students. Keep learning, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. See you in the next lesson.